So face off into the offensive zone here for the Warriors. And it's won by the Griffins. Casper decides just to throw it to an open wing. Brazier is there to slap it out. Back for it is Grind, the Kitchener native, second season. Rose links up with Manette. Ince puts it right back into the paraphernalia of Manette. Ferguson, a nice little touch pass. That springs Ethan Doyle. Vandervoort, return pass for Hunter Brazier. He'll lug the load in the offensive zone. Swept away from danger by Manette. Rose will take over. Doyle is there. Down low for Brazier. A short side shot. That goes through everything, and the puck will ricochet back to Aaron Davidson, the Platteville native, also in his second season. Lost the puck. Wanted to pitchfork it to the player in front. Beard will take over. Gives it up for Nolan Forrester, former member of the Acadie Bathurst Teton and the team's Rookie of the Year last year. Beard takes it right back, however, carrying into the offensive zone. Left here, Dylan Houdon, swing and a miss by Forrester. Kept in just barely at the line by Murray. Beard, backhand, and Murray flips it over top of the cage. Beard and Houdon will collide into the corner. A give and go is intercepted by the Rockwood native. However, it's stolen right back by the Brandon native and Popple. Wilson sees that, intervened by Darcy. And now the Terrebonne native will give this to Nathan Allenson, accepting from Dylan Houdon. Allenson for Winterton. And McKinney is there to intercept. A minute and a half before we reach halfway. As Forrester steals this, and return pass. DeYoung will pick this up. DeYoung misses wide, and the rebound will ricochet all the way back down into Guelph zone. Penman takes down his man. Phibbs in there trying to apply some forecheck pressure. Hendry, who played 154 games in the BCHL with the Trail Smoke Eaters, as well as Powell River and Surrey. DeGursey awaits his arrival at the blue line. The Brightsgrove native being harassed by Hendry. We'll just pitch this in deep. Fishman is there to knock it down. Goldie for Bignell in behind. Nobody's out in front, however, and Bignell will just have to carry it along the wall for DeYoung. A return pass for DeYoung. DeGursey tries to jam it in front. Bignell will take that away from Fishman. Bignell a drive that ends up wide, and another puck that will carry him out to the neutral zone. Nolan Dan hightails into the offensive zone. A shot that goes off a stick and into the netting. Nolan Dan, the Cambridge native, who also scored in the last game. 194 career OHL games with Sarnia, Niagara, and Flint. He was part of the four Nolans, along with Nolan DeGursey, on that Sarnia team a couple of years ago. Guelph wins this draw too cleanly, and Ethan Casper, the Calgary native, whose father Judd played 4 years at the University of Calgary. He'll go back and give to Ian Ferguson. He'll switch possession here with Gio Biondi. Biondi crosses the blue line and in. Tries to walk around Peyton Robinson. He's met by Liam Fedak instead. Santia cradles it out. Gervais brings it right back in. Free puck is captured here by, it seems to be a Waterloo player had touched it first, but a hand pass knocks down play, but it is in the defensive zone of the Warriors. Nevertheless, the face-off in front of a sold-out audience at the Lang Business Cup will take place inside the offensive zone for the Griffins. Doyle and Bignell I beg your pardon, is Vandervoort, is Brazier. A point blank opportunity is denied by Dan Murphy. Murphy, who was victimized 92 times or 91 times last year, the most in the OUA. Owner Tanny Wickware was next at 85. Tough luck season for the Waterloo Warriors last year, going 4-19, 4-1. They've gone 59, 101, 18, and 5 in the last 7 years, after going 143, 87, and 14, 7 and 14 in the previous 9 beforehand. Brian Burke wanting to see if that momentum won't change. In front, wide open cage for Thomas Darcy, who has to sling it towards the goal, and it's knocked wide by Owen Wilson. Hamilton's 7th round pick in 2019, a drive from the point. That's knocked down. The scramble is finally taken away by Dan Murphy. There you look at Hunter Brazier, who twice led the Kemptville 73s in points. A couple of chances here that go just wide. Griffins again trying to take advantage of an offensive zone draw. One here by Rashinsky, knocked down by Casper. Winterton punches that forward. Forrester gets a little bit of interference from a teammate. Hudon, a drive from the point, and that's knocked down by Rasinski and corralled by Murphy. Guelph now doubling the Warriors in shots, 6-3. As someone who played in the Guelph Junior Griffins system is on the screen, the Guelph playing host to 3 Junior Griffins games this year, which will take place Sunday afternoon. We'll have one coming up against the Brock Badgers to close out the month of October. Guelph wins another draw. Forrester sees that shot denied by Rasinski. Turned back by Winterton. Casper's got it at the line. Indirectly off the boards, however, not a fortunate bounce for the Griffins. And Winterton will have to track it down. Back to the point, kicked by Ferguson right to Jackson Murray, the game's goal scorer. Flung to the left-hand side, Popple in for Beard. Beard for Murray, a drive that goes over top of the cage. Winterton obtains the rebound. To the red, to the blue, trying to walk around his opponent Robinson, but who's there to steal it away. Grabbed right back by DeGursey. That hits Murphy between the eyes and he keeps it out. Penman unable to hold this in. Fishman gets hammered by Bignall. Penman recovers. Fishman returns the favor, and that's going to be a penalty coming up against the Thornhill native. So this will be a boarding penalty coming at the 12:32 mark of the period. Guelph will go to their first Indy Mortgage power play of this contest, to which they are 3 for 16 this season, 18.8%. Waterloo have allowed 2 power play goals this year, 14 for 16, 87.5. They are 5th. Winterton will win this draw back. Darcy and Allenson. Winterton, Forrester, and Dan. The quintet for the Griffins. This is Dan. Tries to walk down a lane. That'll be flipped out by the Warriors. 7 minutes to go in the first. Geoffrey Brandow with you. You're watching Griff Vision as part of OUA TV. This is the second annual Lang Business Cup. It is a 1-0 lead for the Warriors. Guelph on a power play for the next minute and a half, assuming nothing else happens. Winterton erased by Hendry. Dan steals that away from an opponent. Casper recovers. Or I beg your pardon, it's Allenson for Darcy. Hard pass, links up with Nolan Dan. Dan flings one to the cage. It's knocked away by Murphy. And Allenson wanted to give that back for Darcy, but in the way is Cole Frazier from Coopamsis, New Brunswick. 127 career QMJHL games with the Armada and Cape Breton Eagles. Left-hand pass. Griffin Wilson goes around a little roulette wheel. Picked up here by DeYoung. Guelph's top power play unit now out there. DeGursey walks off the half wall and misses. This here is Santia. Already a shorthanded goal this season for the Waterloo Warriors. That coming off the stick of Jack Phibbs. The team did not have one all of last year. Wilson again gains the line on the left-hand side. Defers back for Penman. Approaching the death of the penalty. It gets through and they score! Griffin Wilson knocks us down in front, and he scored in back-to-back games. Penman's shot gets through. Question is, what does it hit? Everybody agrees that it hits Griffin Wilson in front. And at 14:25, Guelph scores a power play marker.